Yeah. So we're already kind of frustrated about that. And then I go on Twitter, because if ever you need to be frustrated by something, you do so by scrolling through Twitter until something makes you mad. And today's Make Me Mad topic is Dead by Daylight and the Hellraiser NFT. Sounds like we're starting an Are You Afraid of the Dark segment. The tale of the Hellraiser NFTs and the shitty company. Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Twitter is the anger factory. So, about 4 days ago, Dead by Daylight put out a tweet, where they were like, hey, just so everybody is understanding us and we're being clear, whenever we have a license agreement with other companies, we have to give them model assets and things like that, and what they do with those assets is up to them. And they were basically kind of saying, like, we're not involved with NFTs, and that there will not be NFT exclusive aspects to Dead by Daylight. And I was like, that seems strange. I hadn't really heard anything about this. Let me do some research. So I looked it up, and there's this company that is basically putting out a series of horror themed, like iconic horror, masters of horror NFTs. And the first one that they're starting with is, hold on, let me adjust audio and stuff. The first one that they are putting out is Hellraiser. So at first it was like, oh, okay, so Dead by Daylight, they made the Pinhead models and the Cenobite models for Dead by Daylight, and then they gave those models back to the license holder, which is Park Avenue Entertainment right now. And the license holder decided to, like, do a partnership with a company that does horror NFTs. Then today, from Behavior's official Twitter, the Dead by Daylight official Twitter, they put out, we're so proud to be working with this NFT corporation, this NFT company. And said that they, like, explicitly worked with them to make the models for NFTs. Now, all of this happened, now it's been almost 2 months since the Hellraiser chapter released on Dead by Daylight. So anybody who's bought it is well outside of the time frame for, like, refunds. And they've basically made the biggest batch of sales on the chapter that they're already going to make. And it feels very deliberate that everything happened the way that it did. That they would have the Hellraiser PTB, which featured some voice acting, which did turn out to be Doug Bradley. Something that me and Cyborg Rachel were speculating on during the PTB. So, with that, they put out the PTB and had the voice acting lines and stuff as a part of it, and got people hyped up for the chapter. Then a couple weeks goes by, the chapter fully released. A lot of people, including myself, bought it. And the voice acting lines were removed for nothing very specific. Technical issues, or it was a very generic sort of excuse as to why those voice acting lines were suddenly gone. Turns out, after reading an article about this and looking more into the NFT agreement, Doug Bradley recorded those lines for the NFTs, like for that NFT company. So Behavior included them in because they knew more people would be like, oh wow, voice lines, I like this, I'm gonna buy this chapter. And then it actually came out and the voice lines were gone, and those voice lines were made as sort of like an exclusive thing for people who own this NFT. It's not going to be included into the game as far as we know now. Who knows how that's going to be going into the future. But essentially, they got everybody hyped up for the chapter, got the bulk of their sales for the chapter done, and then put out the tweet where they're saying, hey, we're proud to be working with this NFT company. After the fact, long after anybody's able to refund or anything like that. And it's so fucking scummy. It's so fucking scummy. Don't understand why they agreed to edit the assets for NFTs. They could have just handed over the files and washed their hands of it. I'm sure it was part of their license agreement to help out with the actual models and making of the NFTs overall. So now we get into the licensing agreement. So here's the thing with the Hellraiser license. It was originally Clive Barker's, and it's exchanged hands multiple times over the years, and is currently in the possession of Park Avenue Entertainment, who are the ones who started this joint contract with this NFT company. What are they called? Something Boss? It's not Big Boss. Boss Gaming. Hold on. Let me pull things up before I sound like an idiot. But essentially, there's been a rights issue going on between the current license holder for Hellraiser, Park Avenue Entertainment, and Clive Barker. And Clive Barker is about to win that lawsuit. He will regain the rights to the Hellraiser series and title and franchise and everything overall. December this year. December of this year. It all goes back to Clive Barker. Boss Protocol is the name of it. So Park Avenue Entertainment is trying to get every last little cent out of the Hellraiser franchise before December, before they got to hand it back over to Clive Barker. So I'm sure they're the ones who made the agreement with Behavior. I'm sure they're the ones who did the joint partnership with Boss Protocol. And Boss Protocol is putting together this Masters of Horror series of NFTs, starting with Hellraiser. And Behavior just handled it in such a scummy fucking way. Like, they could have been transparent about this. They could have said this back before the PTB came out. They could have just said, you know, oh, we're going to be partnering with this NFT company for the next chapter that comes out. If you want to be a part of it, you know, you can be a part of it. If you don't want to support it, we understand. But they didn't. They set it up in such a way that there would be maximum hype around it so that they could sell as many copies of the DLC chapter before all of this became public knowledge. Now, there's some more layers to this, as shitty as it already is, because then we start doing some research on Boss Protocol, who is also going to be one of the main publishers for the upcoming Evil Dead game. Because on their website, they listed some other horror properties other than Hellraiser. They list Hellraiser, Friday the 13th, and Evil Dead. And we were like, huh, what about that new Evil Dead game that's supposed to be coming out? And sure enough, they're one of the main people who are publishing it. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with Steam removing games that are involved with NFTs and blockchains. Now, it's a very specific sort of line of ruling for how they remove games that are involved with NFTs and blockchains. And technically, very technically, Dead by Daylight doesn't fall into those parameters yet. The moment that anything shows up as being like exclusive in Dead by Daylight to people who possess or have purchased the Hellraiser NFTs, that line is crossed and the game can be pulled from Steam, essentially. And here's the thing, I've been playing Dead by Daylight pretty much since it came out in 2016. I have very thoroughly supported Behavior for many years since Dead by Daylight came out. And it's very disappointing. I've always seen Behavior as being well-meaning but incompetent. They've made some poor decisions, but I feel like they've always had... I've got a key. Oh, there's another locked door immediately behind it. I also apparently had a key for that. But there is like... Is that you? That is not you. Okay. I like saw it spawn in. I'm like, that's weird. So I've always kind of looked at Behavior as being like well-meaning but incompetent. Like, they're not good at balancing their game. They're not good at making things look a certain way. You know, but they were always at least open, I feel, towards their fan base and towards, you know, the people who support their game and their company. And now the way all of this stuff has gone on with the Hellraiser NFT stuff, it completely puts them in a different light. They are not the same company. They are not the same focus or way that they were back in 2016. And this whole situation has 100% changed how I feel about the company. And I do not want to support them anymore. I uninstalled Dead by Daylight today. Obviously, I can't get a refund on it. I wouldn't even want a refund on it. I got my, like, close to 3,000 hours out of the game since 2016. I would say money well spent, and it's a shame that the game had to end this way, but holy fuck. Is this a shitty way to go out? And yeah, there's a lot of stuff. If you aren't familiar with what NFTs are, I've had to learn a lot about them in the process of looking all this stuff up recently, just within the last few days. But yeah, essentially it is non-fungible tokens. It's yeah, exactly the way Sassam described it. It's like you're the owner of an image or a model. In the case of Hellraiser, it's, you know, the actual Cenobite models, images of those models, etc. And there's so many things that are under the surface, even if you don't agree with like that type of thing. One of the biggest issues about it is they trade and deal mostly in cryptocurrency, specifically Ethereum, which is a big reason why computer part prices, graphic card prices, things like that have been so expensive and awful for such a long time, is because of these Ethereum mining rigs that people set up and run. Oh, great. The shovel. And these rigs to mine this Ethereum, essentially, are huge, huge wastes of power and resources to essentially just mine cryptocurrency. So it's damaging to the environment. It's a big waste of resources. And it's just kind of a big scheme, ultimately, at the end of the fucking day. And behavior is a part of it. Dead by Daylight is now a part of it. It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. And again, I can understand behavior probably didn't think they were going to catch as much shit for this as they are. Because I'm sure a lot of this is on Park Avenue, the license holders for Hellraiser, and Boss Protocol. But, okay. Yeah. Fuck NFTs, fuck cryptocurrency, fuck all that bullshit. Fuck behavior and Dead by Daylight for willingly being a part of it in such a shady and dishonest way. If they would have been upfront about this partnership before selling the Hellraiser chapter, I'm sure people might have been at least a little bit more understanding. Howard's up here.
There's plenty of it.
And
It's good to be well supplied.
it wouldn't have been quite so bad if they had been like that, but because they were so fucking dishonest about it, I'm done. I'm done. I got my thousands of hours out of Dead by Daylight. I haven't been happy with a lot of things as far as the general direction the game has been going for quite some time, and this is just sort of the cherry on the shit sundae, which is totally fine because there's a new multiplayer horror game in town. Back before Dead by Daylight, the multiplayer horror game that held my interest for thousands of hours was Left 4 Dead. And now we have Back 4 Blood. So I'm probably gonna be scratching that multiplayer horror itch with Back 4 Blood in the meantime. But yeah, just a really shitty thing to have to deal with. And especially as somebody who really loved Dead by Daylight and really wanted to support behavior and did support behavior for many, many years since they, since 2016, since DBD started. And, yeah, it's a shame. It's a fucking shame. And to see that it's going to bleed into other big horror properties now, and kind of that's the next big thing. This Hellraiser thing is just the start of it. It's literally just the start of it, because they're already that same company, the same NFT company, Boss Protocol, is producing the next Evil Dead game, that big Evil Dead game that's supposed to be coming out. So obviously I won't be buying or playing or taking any part in that. And they've mentioned some other licenses, Friday the 13th and some other stuff. So whatever they've got a hand in, I don't care. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. What happened to DBD? I missed the rant. I've been ranting for the last like 30 minutes. You'll have to catch up on it. If you want to check it out, there's all sorts of stuff on Twitter if you look it up right now. Essentially, the DBD devs were very shady and underhanded about their last horror chapter, the Hellraiser chapter, which has a partnership with an NFT company organization thing. Wonder if Behavior will give a shit. Every single comment on their Twitter announcement was roasting the hell out of them. They're going to give a lot of shits when the majority of their player base drops off. If not from this reason, but the next update was already not looking promising, and there's been a big increase in the number of people like hacking and cheating in matches in Dead by Daylight. So there's already a lot of people dropping off. So they're also going to be losing a lot of player base for this. Yeah, it's a big mess. It's a big, horrible mess for Behavior right now. And yeah, they're gonna give a shit when their game dies, because I feel like this is gonna really be hard to recover from. VHS will take a lot of players as well. I'm not confident in that. VHS looks like every other attempt at asymmetrical horror. I feel like it very likely could go the same way as Hide or Die and like all the other attempts in the last, like, since Dead by Daylight has come out, there's been like a dozen other asymmetrical horror DBD kind of clones. And I don't know. I don't think VHS is necessarily doing anything too unique or interesting or different enough to pull that much of the player base away. I think fans of Dead by Daylight are still going to have to deal with there not being a really good alternative to Dead by Daylight for a while. Because that's one of the things that's let Behavior get as far as they have, is there's not really been a whole lot of real competition for Dead by Daylight in the genre. Everything else has all kind of fallen apart and fallen on its face for one reason or another. Like Friday the 13th, the Friday the 13th game was very, very promising as far as like an asymmetrical killer versus survivor type game. And then licensing issues fucking killed it to the point where, there's a raw shock as me. I'm killing it, or I'm trying to. But it just went in the room. Yeah. But sadly, Friday the 13th kind of died over its own legal battles going on at the time, to the point where the devs just couldn't add content to the game, even though they had it ready and they were wanting to update the game desperately, but it was caught up in its own legal battle that prevented them from doing so, and it got delayed so long that eventually Gun Media was like, look, we just have to move on to new projects. Like, we can't reasonably just wait and do nothing for months, possibly years, for everything to be settled. So they just had to kind of abandon the game. If Friday the 13th would have actually stuck around and kept getting content and kept getting updates and balance tweaks and features and content, absolutely, I think it would have been one of the best contenders for, like, giving Dead by Daylight a run for its money. But the legal battle killed it way too soon. Way before it was able to go anywhere, you know? It wasn't allowed to develop. Friday Screenwriter got the rights back. Well, even though the legal battle for Friday the 13th has been settled now, Gun Media has already given up the project. Like, they've moved on. They're doing other things. It's not something they can easily just go back to and have support for again. At this point, it's kind of too late for that. Everything got settled in the legal battle like too little too late. They've already shut down servers and moved on to new games and projects. Ugh, sorry. A lot of ranting and stuff. I'm gonna drink more. Umbrella. Thank you for the 343, you poor soul. Putting up with Book of Memories again. Also, fuck behavior. This is just the straw that's broken the camel's back for me. Hope they finally get theirs. I kind of agree. As said, I just ranted about it, but I wanted to support behavior and give them the benefit of the doubt for the longest time. And all this NFT stuff going on and the way that they handled it in such a shitty, shady way. Ugh. It's just so awful. So shitty. So I agree. Straw that broke the camel's back for me as well. Rest in peace, Dead by Daylight and behavior. But thank you so much for the 343 tip. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Umbrella. No, it's not the first shitty thing that they've done, but it is the shittiest shitty thing that they've done. The fact that they were so dishonest about it until it was too late for people to be able to refund, or before, you know, putting the chapter up for sale. Like, that's the aspect of it that really fucking gets to me, is that they could have been honest about this way sooner and given people the opportunity to weigh the option of, like, well, I don't want to support NFTs, I will not buy the Hellraiser chapter. Instead, they decided to do it after the fact, after people are already locked into it, if they've already bought it, you know?
I think I've got just the thing. Thank you kindly. Until next time.
When is Harvester making its way back into your game rotation? I don't know. When I feel like playing Harvester again. That game is a special kind of weird and fucked up. And as much as I love it, it's also a pain in the ass to play on, like, modern systems. It's hard to set up and capture and stream. The GOG version, really? Is it better than the Steam? Because the Steam version's fucking terrible. It was such a pain. Okay, well, Rachel says the GOG version's a lot better, so I might do some investigating into that and see about playing it again. Alien Green, thank you for gifting a sub to Umbrella. Umbrella, enjoy that resub, courtesy of Alien Green. Alien Green, thank you so much. Oh, I see. It's a bougie. Oh, no. It was a dark bougie? Yeah. I am sorry you die. I will not take your things. Mira's just gonna run around on your corpse. Hey Nub recently made a video about Silent Hill 3 and used some of your gameplay footage in it. With credits, of course. Is that okay? Are you asking me after the fact of using my gameplay footage and publishing a video if that's okay? That is absolutely not okay. But it's already done and up there, and I'm not going to go through the trouble of trying to do anything about it. So hope your video does well, but please don't do that. Ask me before making something. That's usually the courteous thing to do. What's up, Radio Ghost? How goes the books and the memories? It's just kind of background noise at this point. It's something for my hands to do while I drink vodka and talk to you guys. What's up? You okay? Vodka. Yeah, I'm drinking some Good Day South Korean vodka. It is peach flavored and it is yummy. Was unaware this was a party? Oh yeah, it's Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. That's why I'm drinking the Good Day vodka. Hey Melanoid, which Silent Hill is my favorite? Silent Hill 2. Video is just for a class project. That's cool then. Hopefully you get a good grade. Still though, it's generally, well, I'm dead. Generally, if you're gonna like pull video footage or artwork or things like that from somebody else on the internet, usually it's a good rule of thumb to do that first rather than do it and then say, hey, I did this, is that okay? Not cool. Not cool, and I don't approve, but what can I do about it? That's fine. I'm just gonna go by Howard. Just go by Howard on my way back. It's okay. I have enough vodka to be like, fuck it. Fuck everything today. I'm not mad. You ever just get so frustrated and upset with things up to the point where you're just like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Did you die again?
Cutting straight to business, I see.
Shut up, Howard. Just give me my med kits.
Well supplied.
Give me my med kits and wrenches.
Thank you kindly.
I don't need your condescending small talk.
I am unique.
But yeah, it's just been... There's been a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of stuff going on that's been frustrating. The whole Dead by Daylight thing has been frustrating. Also, I'll go ahead and talk about this as well now, since I'm sure eventually somebody's going to ask. Because I put a thing out on Twitter. I'm not going to be doing blind plays or first-time playthroughs on the channel anymore. It's just too frustrating for me to enjoy the game the way that I normally would playing a game for the first time. Having to constantly explain to people, like, what is and arguing with chat like what is and is a spoiler, and having people kind of argue back like, oh, I haven't played the game, I'm just guessing at things. And it's like, it doesn't matter to me. If you say something that changes the way that I play the game, then I consider that an unwanted tip or hint or suggestion. I get tired of having to explain that every 10 minutes and then deal with people doing it anyway. It just takes so much of the experience of playing a game for the first time away from me. The way that I enjoy games for a first playthrough and the way that inevitably games are when you stream them just does not mesh. And I have accepted that. I have accepted this. My style of playing games for a first time and Twitch's way of interacting with streamers when they play games is just incompatible. And rather than try to play games and like have to deal with that and limit chat, like I could just put emote only on, I could just hide chat the whole time. I'm like, trying to think of all these alternatives of ways to avoid that, and I don't like limiting things. I don't like limiting my chat interaction just because of stuff like that. I would ultimately hope people could just understand a very simple concept. Don't tell me things that will affect how I play a game when I'm playing it for the first time. But that's just too much to grasp for people and a little too much to hope for me. So ultimately, I've decided to just not do blind playthroughs anymore. So anytime I play something on stream, it's going to be stuff that I'm familiar with. It's going to be stuff that I don't mind talking about and having a conversation about. It'll always be stuff that I'm familiar with, and I'll just play games for a first time on my own so that I can ensure that I can enjoy them the way that I want to. Very simple. I know it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So for anybody who was watching the playthrough of Visage, I won't be continuing Visage. I'll probably go ahead and archive part 1 and part 2 for people who want to watch that much of it. But was there anything down south that way? Okay, then there's a locked door up and to the right. I don't have a key. Oh, shit. Yeah, who would have thought we'd miss something in the blood world where everything is red? But yeah, I'll go ahead and archive the first 2 streams of Visage that I've already done. But I have no plans on continuing it, and I'm not going to be doing any of my other blind play stuff that I had planned for the channel. Stuff like Resident Evil Village and other things that I was planning on getting to this month. I'm just going to play them on my own time, and then my second playthrough or whatever will be what I wind up streaming at some point in the future. Why am I not continuing Visage? Because people don't know how to not spoil or backseat. And I don't want to have to limit chat in their interaction to be able to avoid that. So it's just frustrating. It makes the whole experience frustrating for me, and I don't like being frustrated when I'm streaming. I say as I play Book of Memories for hour number 120 or whatever. Nope. Twitch is insufferable with that? Oh yeah, tell me about it. And this is for stuff that's relatively minor, like these games. I went back and I was watching the VODs of Enigma playing Metal Gear Solid. Holy shit. Holy shit. I don't understand how chat can A, be that bad, and B, he can be that patient about it. I would have given up on that so long ago. And he stuck with it through spoilers and all, because people, of course, ruined one of the best games ever in some very key critical moments for him already. And he's still sticking with it and enjoying the game, but damn. But yeah, Pretty much, I won't be doing any blind playthroughs and stuff like that on the channel anymore. I'm still going to play stuff off stream. And then, you know, if it's something that I enjoy and want to share, then I will come back and be like, hey guys, I'm going to stream this game that I like. Oh, that makes sense. It was probably mine. It was probably that last time I died, because I wasn't paying attention and just kind of ranting, and then died and was just like, whatever, I'll stop at Howard. I got nothing important. That makes sense. Am I enjoying Visage, though? Not really, to be honest. Even without the frustration of, like, streaming and people kind of giving some stuff, it's another one of those games where I feel its influence a little bit too strongly. It's not doing enough original things that I've seen so far. Now, I've heard from some other people that every chapter in Visage is pretty drastically different. So maybe there are some chapters that are a little bit more fleshed out and original. Yeah, the first one was very PT. The second one was assets straight out of Metal Gear Solid 5. I went back and checked my VODs from when I played Metal Gear Solid 5 just to see if they really were the same assets, and they are straight up rips of Metal Gear Solid 5 assets. In the Rakan chapter of Visage. So that kind of stuff, like, it definitely won't bother a lot of people, but people like me and people like Rachel, we play a lot of horror games, and we see the kind of reuse of subjects and maps and assets and things like that often enough that it just becomes kind of distracting and annoying. And usually that can be overlooked if the game is doing something original with it and very, you know, something more interesting, if like the story was keeping me engaged. But even the story itself was not really keeping me super engaged. And I was just super distracted by a lot of the ripped off assets and things like that. So no, I wasn't really super enjoying Visage. It's another one of those, like, it's probably an okay-ish game for most people, but certain aspects of it made it just too distracting for me to really enjoy. Like the whole idea of the sanity meter thingy, though. The sanity meter, the way it's handled in Visage is too situational and abstract. Like in Eternal Darkness, you know exactly what the sanity meter is, what affects it, and your whole experience of it is like, oh cool, here's a sanity effect that I haven't seen before. Like, this is neat. My screen's upside down. My save is corrupted. Like, there's a thing on the screen. There's all these cool effects that you're like looking forward to as like a sanity thing, but you understand when your sanity's dropping, when it's being affected, and you're sort of looking at those effects. I love the way Eternal Darkness handles it. It's not very much like Eternal Darkness, though. It's a little bit closer to Amnesia, where the sanity system is based around darkness, staying in light. In Amnesia, you've got a match lit, you got your tinder and your lighter or whatever, and you light a lantern, or you have a lamp. You have some sort of light, and your sanity is okay. Your sanity recovers. And then you have situations where you're forced to go through darkness, and your sanity drops, and you deal with sanity effects. So that's more the Amnesia style of sanity system. I never knew what the fuck was going on in Visage. I'm like, I've got a lighter, I lit a candle, I'm standing next to it, and my sanity is at risk. You know, I'm doing everything that the game is telling me should be helping my sanity, and fucking Dolores is coming up and prison shanking me anyway. So there was too many situations where I was frustrated by that. Like, the sanity system was not clear. It was never understandable as a mechanic. If it would have had a more clear-cut set of mechanics, I probably would have enjoyed it more and just been like, oh, cool, here's a sanity thing going on. Like I said, kind of with Eternal Darkness. And I have played that. I've streamed it 3 times over the last, like, 4 years, 5 years. Amazing, amazing game. One of my favorite survival horror games. But, yeah, this was not like that. This was not like that. It was more like a very unfocused Amnesia that was unintelligible to the point of being frustrating with how the mechanics overall worked. Fuck that.
Well,
I guess. I don't care enough. Kill things with your fists. If you want to fist some slugs, be my guest. Is my Eternal Darkness playthrough in the VODs? Unfortunately, I think those were some of the VODs that have gotten deleted off of Twitch, because there was a point where Twitch was just like randomly deleting archive stuff. And I think we lost the Eternal Darkness archives. I'll have to dig around and see if I had them backed up anywhere. Once I get my computer, like all of my computer and hard drive stuff is back home in Texas. I'm up here living in Georgia now without any of my original stream equipment. So eventually when that stuff gets shipped up here and I get all of my stuff again, I can go through those hard drives. I might have those things archived somewhere and I'll re-upload them somehow. But for now, I don't think they're on the Twitch channel anymore. Sadly. Can't remember, is the Purple God the 3rd or 4th playthrough in Eternal Darkness? 4th. That's the one that you get for your 4th playthrough, which is what me and Jubes were ultimately working up towards by doing the first 3 playthroughs. Each playthrough focuses around each of the different gods. So that the 4th playthrough is like your true ending, essentially. And that was going to be our 4th playthrough. But again, I don't have my Wii anymore that we were playing that on. But I could always start over and go through it with Rachel. Because we definitely have the setup and everything here to do that. What made you decide to move? Tired of Texas? Never been to Texas. Definitely tired of Texas to a certain degree, but yeah, me and Cyborg Rachel are together. We've been dealing with making that work long distance for quite some time. And eventually I was planning on making the move out here anyway. I came out here just to visit back in July. And then a lot of stuff happened with COVID. COVID variant cases started spiking really badly in the South, especially in Georgia and Texas. A few of my family members caught COVID. And they were being quarantined in my house. So, yeah. My house was not a safe place to go back home to when it was time for me to fly back home. And I had planned on moving out here eventually anyway. So I wound up just staying here. The downside to that just being that I had only brought, you know, about 4 weeks worth of clothes. Not even. Just essentially a very small suitcase is all I had with me, because I just planned on visiting and then going back home. So my computer and all of my stuff, everything is back home. And I'm kind of waiting on situations back at home to get a little bit better before I can get that stuff taken care of. Oh, I just died. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. So eventually I'll get all my stuff back. But for now, I'm just making do. I'm streaming and everything using Rachel's computer and setup. So, yeah. Thanks, Cyborg Rachel, for everything. For me being here. And being able to do things.
So what can I do for you?
Hi, Nora Tomboy.
It's good to be well supplied.
Welcome to the stream. I can't remember if I had keys on me when I died.
Now don't
Oh, are we done?
Good luck, what's your pleasure?
Okay, if you want to check them, go ahead. I'm just
It's
restocking
good
it,
to be
Howard.
well supplied. Thank you kindly.
Where are my kitties? My kitties are at home being taken care of by my mom.
Until next time.
Sounds kind of fun, though. Getting up and doing something because you feel like it way. There's definitely, like, a sort of level of freedom to just being like, fuck it, I live here now. That is very refreshing. Not to mention a lot of other things that I enjoy about being here, like getting to be closer to Rachel, of course. Getting to be closer to An Eternal Enigma, you know, who's been a friend of mine for years. I had a lot of, like, allergies to things that are in Texas that are not here in Georgia, at least not around here. So, like, I had a really bad cedar allergy that developed in from a lifetime of living in Texas. And there's not really cedar and stuff around here. So, hey, Earth Guardian, let's get fucked by stupid shit. This one is one that can usually be like, it goes super easy, or he just fucks us because the AI is busted for multiplayer. But yeah, there's a refreshing element to, like, living somewhere new. It's my first time living somewhere other than Texas as well, so there's a lot of things that I like about it, but it's also a little bit stressful. Having to just, like, drop everything and, like, not have your stuff with you. Having to leave, you know, pets behind, that kind of thing. Pets and family and friends. Rawr. Yeah, break the audio. Yep. Oh, and somebody asked about Jubes. Like, Jubes is totally fine. Oh, God. Obviously, things got a little bit chaotic with COVID and stuff, where we couldn't hang out quite as much for a while. But even though he hadn't really joined me on a stream in a while, before I made the move out here to Georgia, me and Jubes were hanging out after we got our vaccine shots and everything. We were hanging out pretty regularly again. I'm dead. But we were hanging out pretty regularly again. Both of us are, of course, big fighting game fans. So the two of us were getting super, super into Guilty Gear Strive. And we were usually getting together weekly with some other friends to play Guilty Gear and stuff like that. That's okay. It gives me a chance to watch you destroy this boss and drink some vodka. Did you have a main in Strive? I am a filthy Mei main. I Totsugeki, and then I Totsugeki, and then I Totsugeki. But I haven't really gotten to play Strive in a few months. There's been a lot of updates. I wish I could have kept up with it, but I mostly play on Fight Stick. And of course, my Fight Stick is back in Texas. I don't have a Fight Stick here in Georgia that I can use. So hopefully I'll get that soon and get back into some fighting games. I may even just stream. We'll bring back Weeb Wednesdays or something, and I'll do Guilty Gear practice on Wednesdays. Something like that. Gotta get that note. There you go. I can't remember how this works. I just go to the next one with nothing. If I die on the boss, I can't remember how this works. Yeah. Okay. Almost to zone 200. Oh my god. 301 zones to go. Hey again, Nora. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could come and join us here on Twitch. Found about you in the YouTube re-uploads. Nice. Those are courtesy of one of our regulars here, Dorian House, who runs the Sci-Fi Guy channel. Because I don't fuck with YouTube anymore. So definitely big thanks, big shout outs to Dorian, Sci-Fi Guy. Oh shoot. Yeah, we gotta take care of the kitty cats really quick. Is there genuinely 500 zones to this shit? Yep. That's the whole point of these streams. Book of Mondays started as essentially a grind once a week, every Monday, to just, as a Silent Hill streamer and completionist, I just want to be able to say I've thoroughly beaten every single Silent Hill game in the series. And this is one of them, and there's 500 zones. And there's very little evidence online or otherwise to show anybody actually getting to the 500th zone. I've seen some screenshots and stuff, but I'm almost convinced that those were hacked save files. So, yeah. I'm trying to stream a legitimate full playthrough from Zone 1 to Zone 500, and we chip away at it every Monday. So this is actually part 10 of Book of Mondays, grinding towards the 500th zone. So this is all being archived and put into a playlist, so anybody who wants to see 500 zones worth of this shit, it'll be there, just for posterity. But anyway, we've got some kitty cats who need some medicine because those little rascals have been getting fleas. So we're finally getting rid of those fleas. They haven't been really bad. It's just been a few of them, but it's been enough to like keep them consistently annoyed. And we've got them on some flea medication that's been working really well. So it's time to give them that. So I am going to take a short break, and we'll be back in just a bit. Xander, thank you for the raid. Good timing. I'm going on break to go give cats flea medicine. But thank you, dude. We'll be right back.
I had these pages torn and crumbled on the floor when we were younger then. I have a heavy heart, it doesn't want to start to love you again. Now we're free. The time it ticks away, the hands they slowly say the words we dare not speak. Your soul, it's black and white, our shadows dance at night atop a lonely peak. Now we're free. Now we're free. Now we're free. Now we're your flesh, your bones, your skin, your greatest day of sin is all a part of me now. It kills me every day. My heart is torn and frayed, I'm born insanity. Now we're free. Now we're free. Now we're free. Now we're free. Now we're
Okay. So, kitty cats are taken care of, and I forgot something important. Rachel is playing on an actual Vita, which, unlike the PSTV, times out and disconnects from multiplayer hosts. So, we need to start that zone over. Xander, thank you again so much for the raid. Hope you and Dmaru had a good stream. Book of Monkeys. Thank you so much for the 21-month resub. Very much appreciate the support, Dmaru. Hope you're doing well. I miss y'all. I miss y'all so much. Especially being just a couple months away from JoJo's Part 6 and not really having other JoJo's fans to watch it with here. I miss ya. Miss ya. No laughing matter, this game sucks. I've seen his other playthroughs of this game. I know it sucks. At least that's the thing with Book of Memories. You get everything there is to understand about this game from watching like 10 minutes of it. So once you've kind of seen that much of it, you kind of already understand how shitty it is. Like, yeah, there's some more stuff to it that you only really see after a few hours, like all the shitty boss fights and the world variants, enemy variants, and shitty traps and things like that, the more particular things. But the gameplay, like once you've seen just the like 10-20 minutes of it, it's just like, yeah, that's it. There it is. That's Book of Memories. Do I need to restart the whole thing? Okay, we'll try that. I know, but sometimes it's weird. Do 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 do. I have this shitty game, na na na. It's so lame. I wish I could play something else. But people subbed for it, and now it is my shitty game that I will play. Never free. Never free. The obvious answer is to quickly convert Rachel. Rachel, watch JoJo's. Have you ever seen anything of it, or do you know anything of it? It's got vampires. It's got big buff men fighting vampires. And then later on, that's part 6. That's the part that's coming out in December, but we have to watch the first 5 parts leading up to it. It's 3 parts of buff dudes fighting vampires, and then 2 parts of fashion. There's some witches too. And then 2 parts of Italian fashion models fighting fighting vampires. They're not all vampires, but you know. You'll like it. I don't know, you might. Umbrella says, I hate anime and even I will vouch for JoJo. It is something very unique compared to a lot of other anime and stuff out there. Because Rachel does watch some anime. Rachel watches and owns some anime. Oh, yeah, obviously. We never talk. And you never melee with your flamethrower. But I'm about to die. I need a med kit. I need a med kit. Tenku. There are very few ways to succinctly explain what JoJo's is, and to be honest, that's a charm. It's strangeness. It is literally called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for a reason. It is absolutely fucking bizarre, and there is no easy short way to just explain it. You just kind of have to experience it. It's all about this guy named JoJo. JoJo was a man who thought he was a loner. and then a million other musical references. Oh God. What is streaming it? Part 6 is going to be on Netflix. For the first 5 parts, I don't know. Crunchyroll, maybe? I don't actually know. It's been so long since I watched any of the other parts. I think part 1 is on Netflix also. Hold on, I need to switch out my princess wands. Here we go. One and 2 are on Netflix? Okay. Question. The versions that are on Netflix, are those strictly dubs? Or can you watch with Japanese dialogue and subs? Because I've only ever watched it in Japanese. I've never heard any of the dubs for any of the new JoJo anime. I've watched the dub for like the old OAV of part 3, where that man from the neck down is Jonathan Joestar's body. Which, any JoJo's fans, if you've never seen the dub of Part 3's OAV, oh my god, that is fantastically horrible. He did. Yeah? He went boom on my end. Oh. Weird. Apparently, he did not explode for Rachel. That's pretty common, though. There's a lot of effects and things that don't happen in multiplayer games. This game is so fucking busted. And not even just because I'm playing it on, like, PSTV. PSTV makes it extra broken, but even if you're just playing it on Vita, there's a lot of shit that doesn't work right in this game, especially for multiplayer. Poison trap. I really need Howard. And I have like 4 keys. Just gonna run around and unlock shit. Right. Yeah, there's like a pretty constant method for finding Howard. This might be it right here. Nope, that's the save point. Well, I used up my keys and came to a locked door. I just passed up some orb rooms, but trouble is my weapons are almost worn. So I don't want to risk starting one. And then I've also got a flamethrower. I can probably go ahead and do it. 2. Oh, and I found a key. Okay, I'll just try to clear these. put the bogeyman to sleep. I don't wanna. Oh my god, that was perfect. I pushed him onto a poison trap and killed him in one shot. I love when the game's shitty mechanics work against their monsters. Okay, last orb room. Euthanize nurses, that should be easy. Hardest part is waiting for him to fucking spawn in. The OVA is sadly gonna remain in licensing hell. Yeah, just like Phantom Blood. That's so sad. There we go. Yeah, now it's just a matter of where the fuck is Mr. Howard. Well, there's another locked door here. There's also one if you go south from the room you're in and then go straight south. There's a locked door from there. That may be it. Going up. Okay. Okay. He's definitely over here. Oh, right. I keep forgetting I can close my map and... Yeah, he's like south of me. So, yeah, we've got to go this way. Oh, shit. I forgot I can, like, put markers on the map. Can you see that? The little X that I place? Oh, well, that's fucking useless. Nobody. Thank you for the 56 months. Very much appreciate the love and support. Thank you, thank you. You have PS Vita? I have a PS Vita. I have Rachel's old PS Vita. But of course I play this on PS TV so that I can actually stream it. Because the Vita doesn't have native video out the way like the PSP did. Yay.
Waiting for you. Take your time. There's plenty of it.
Give me my shit, Howard.
Spend those memories wisely now. I do believe you're... Let's see what you got. I'll give you a fair price.
Those.
Don't be a stranger.
Switch out for my other wands. Repair
Feel
those.
free to have a look around.
And buy another wrench. I wish they would at least, like, for the cost of the fucking renewal card, you'd think that it would repair, like, everything in your backpack, not just what you're holding. But no. Just what you're holding, because fuck you. Because fuck you, that's why. We're making sex noises over there. Almost there. I'm coming! What's Valtiel got for us? Dawn the Duck. You opened the door. Nubs came. Zone 200. 200 zones down. We're not even halfway. We're not even halfway. Well, I'm not. Some of us are on 316. I've still got 116 zones just to catch up with Rachel. And then 300 zones in general to get to 500. And that doesn't even include if we need to replay zones or re-roll zones or anything like that. Because that'll probably happen at some point too, where we get zones that we just can't do because of particular challenge orbs that are damn near impossible, or having to replay zones to restock things if we wipe and lose shit. There's a lot of fun things that can happen that cause us to play more of this than necessary. Yay, steal things. Yep. Sorry, let me catch up with chat a little. Are you going to read the Silent Hill comics on stream for Halloween? I hadn't planned on it, but I could. I hadn't planned on it, but I could. The only one we've ever really gone through on stream is Anne's story. We've covered that one through some of our in-depth Downpour playthroughs, where we'll also pull up pages and parts of the comic to show Anne's story, like that half of the Downpour story, because they decided to put all of the game's plot holes in a comic that came out like 4 years later. Destroy all steel. You got Howard. Okay, let me try not to die in this fucking room. Go. Nub, this whole game was made with the philosophy of because fuck you, that's why. I mean, you're kind of true. That is kind of right. This wasn't even like a creative artistic direction. Somebody who was like really passionate about dungeon crawlers was like, oh man, I love this genre and I love Silent Hill and I want to put these things together. It was literally like Konami plopped it onto Tom Hewlett's lap and was like, dungeon crawlers are the big thing and Sony wants us to make a game for the Vita. We're contractually obligated to make this, so do the best you can. And this is what we got. Fuck off, Pyramid Head. Ugh. Almost died a couple times there. Oh, artifact room. A carved wax doll. He can shove it up his fucking ass. Why does Valtiel keep giving us shovels? Maybe it's a Twin Peaks reference. Withered flower bundle, that's even worse than what I got. It's definitely not a UFO, which is all we care about. Locked door down here, and an orb. Orb. Locked door there as well. Okay. I'm still decently stocked enough. I'm not even going to bother running back to Howard. We'll just clear these. Or try to. I don't know what. Run away. Nothing good. Don't care. Don't know, don't care. Fuck that room. Oh, wait, what was in this? Medkit. I'll take that. Here's a shovel. Put it in your butt. Okay. I'll do this. 5 children, great to small, headed due east. Nope. Touch controls. Whatever controls. Yours are, I mean, I'm using a touchpad on the PlayStation 4 controller to try to do thing. Oh. I thought you said Weast. Don't mind me. I'm drunk. I don't know east from west. There we go. This is basically a game fart. It happened, it was unpleasant, but moments later, pretty much everyone forgot about it. For most of us, anyway. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for a long time, I didn't have to worry about it, because I was like, oh well, I'm not going to bother modding a Vita to have video out to, like, stream this thing. And then years later, people were like, hey, you know you can play this on PSTV if you go through a arduous task of getting a PSTV and modding it. And like whitelisting, soft modding it. I was like, shit. Well, I guess I have to do that then. Can hardly believe this is a Silent Hill game. Even worse, can you believe that this is the last Silent Hill game? This is the end to the series. This is the last fully released official Silent Hill game. That isn't like Apache slot or a playable teaser. That reminds me, I need to drink some of this alcohol. I'm almost done with this bottle. Sacred Pieces in a time limit. 7 orbs? Well, we'll see. We'll see how nice the fucking map is to us. Oh god. Raw shot. It's dead. Is that James with a pyramid head helmet? It sure is. And it's HD Collection James. It's voiced by Troy Baker James. Do you want to hear some Troy Baker?
I'm not a well man. I better take it anyway. I might need it.
That's me.
You're not friends with that red pyramid thing, are you?
Oh, he said the line. He said the line, Bart. You're not friends with that red pyramid thing, are you? You mean me? I'm the red pyramid thing. I'm wearing it. Hey, what's up here with me? You're a James? You're a James. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a little concerning. No orb rooms yet. I did find a locked door and I have no key. I do have no mouth and have to scream. It feels weird hearing a depressed, mentally unstable man giving his best action hero voice. Speaking of depressed, mentally unstable men giving their best action hero voices, I know I've talked about this on some previous streams, but Neko Run, Deep Game Research, she was doing some hacking and found some old, unused beta stuff. Not even beta, like alpha stuff from Silent Hill Homecoming, including a bunch of action lines that were recorded by somebody who is not the final voice actor for Alex Shepard. I'm not sure exactly who it is, if it's a different voice actor who was a placeholder, or if it was just somebody on the dev team. But it's supposed to be Alex saying lines that are like action hero lines that got cut from the final version of Homecoming. So it's like Alex saying stuff like, "I'll wipe the floor with you," and, you know, shit like that. Pretty interesting stuff. I'll have to find all that, send Neko a message, and see if she'll share some of that so that I can share it with my next Homecoming in-depth playthrough. We might try and do that sometime this month, since I'm kind of giving up on the whole doing blind playthrough thing for the rest of this month. Maybe we'll do that instead at some point. We'll do some revisiting Silent Hill in depth, but with some slightly newly found things. Because there's a few new things found for Homecoming like that. And there's some other stuff that I kind of want to talk about in the Silent Hill series. The Great Debate has been putting out some videos called There Is No Team Silent. Oh, Howard's up there? Okay, thank you. I'll make my way over there eventually. But, or Gaming Muse. Sorry, Gaming Muse, not Great Debate. Gaming Muse put out the videos about how Team Silent didn't really exist because barely any of the same people worked on each of the games. I was wondering if you'd seen it and if that's just bullshit or... So it's not so much the fact that barely any of the same team worked on the same games. Obviously, like Masahiro Ito was there for 1 through 3. Hiroyuki Owaku was there. Takeyoshi Sato was there. Like a lot of the same people. Akira Yamaoka was there. The core members of Team Silent are still there. Like they're still a big part of it. But the big point of those videos is more to highlight and emphasize that there are lots of other members of Team Silent, aside from the people that are pretty well known, like all the ones I just listed, for some of the more iconic features and elements of the Silent Hill games. So a lot of the things wind up being miscredited. Like, you'll see some really good art design and just immediately go, oh, Masahiro Ito, his artwork is so good. And then you find out that, like, you know, he did some of the lighting, but otherwise the entire scene is set up by somebody else who, you know, people don't know as well. So that is one of those series that I need to watch it a few times to kind of get it all into my head and make some notes. And I will definitely address it and include some of that information in some of my future story playthroughs, because there are things that I disagree with. The idea that there is no Team Silent kind of being the core idea behind it, I disagree, because obviously the core members of Team Silent are still very prolific in what they do. But I think it is absolutely worth pointing out that the people who often get attributed for certain aspects in a lot of the Silent Hill games are not necessarily the ones that should be credited for those things.
Enjoy it now.
Does that make sense?
Until next time.
There's a lot more people than just the main members of Team Silent. It's a huge team with hundreds of people who are all, you know, talking about and contributing to aspects of Silent Hill that we're not essentially getting the credit they deserve. The way I read into that video just contradicted everything I've thought to be true. Well, see, that's why I want to, before I get into it too much right here while I'm drunk and only halfway kind of know what's in those videos and I haven't even watched them all, give me some time to watch through them and really drill them into my head and make a bunch of notes on some other things about them, and kind of compare it with some of my other notes, because there's interviews with other members of Team Silent that contradict some of the information that comes up in those videos and vice versa. So there's a lot to take in with that video series. And while I do appreciate Gaming Muse's videos, they're not always good at providing a full context. Gaming Muse is always a little bit more concerned with making their point rather than providing full context to a lot of their situations. So there's a lot of good information in those videos that is accurate, and there's a lot of things that needs to be compared with existing information from other members of Team Silent from back when the games were being developed. So there's a lot. It's a lot to get into. So I want to make sure I talk about it, but I do it properly. I want to do my own research to compare against their research and their videos for the next time I do story playthroughs, before getting into it like too heavily while drunk and halfway playing Book of Memories. Is there something in the vids you can say is like super wrong? Not at this moment. Not at this moment, no. Not until I put together some better research and notes and stuff. Not right now. Don't doubt the research they've put into it, but like you say, I feel things are taken out of context. Exactly. The same way, like, the real Silent Hill experience by Twin Perfect, you know, Rossiter and Fungo are super, super knowledgeable fans who definitely know what they're talking about, but a lot of times they are trying to put all of the information into the terms of them trying to make a point and force an opinion by making that point, and B, trying to make an entertaining video series more entertaining by being a little bit more over the top and direct with how they present some of that information. So, Gaming Muse doesn't do that to the same degree as Twin Perfect, but they still do it. They're trying to make entertaining videos. I hate using the term clickbait because, Artifact Room. Metal Horseshoe. Yeah, not too far from you. Yeah, I know. Metal horse shit. They threw poor Tom Hewlett under the bus. Tom threw himself under the bus. Rachel's saying the same thing behind me. Tom is responsible for a lot of the things that he said because he said them. And it wasn't even a situation of like, oh, Konami marketing told us we had to say these things. It's the opposite, where a lot of the stuff that Tom has talked about, he mentions like he didn't have a marketing budget for Book of Memories, for example. So it was up to him and like Devin Shatsky to just kind of go around and do interviews and promote the game. And they decided to do that by answering questions like, is this a good game for people to play if they've never played any other Silent Hill game? And Tom being like, yeah, because it incorporates elements of all the Silent Hill games. This is a great jumping off point. You know, people asking him in interviews like, is this a canon entry to the Silent Hill lore? And Tom being like, yes, it's canon because I wrote it. Like that kind of shit, that's 100% on him. It is not Twin Perfect's fault for taking that stuff and presenting it to an audience. Because any fans who already look at that stuff, like me, who already look up interviews and things by the developers of these games, we already knew about that shit. The only thing that the real Silent Hill experience did in that context was present it to a wider, more casual Silent Hill audience. Because all of the hardcore Silent Hill fans, we already knew that shit. We were on the forums when Tom was talking shit. We were and saying that he's, you know, walking, talking Silent Hill, loves it more, no hyperbole. Like, we didn't need a video talking about that stuff because we were all there watching it unfold. The real Silent Hill experience just brought it to a much wider audience. Nice. But yeah, that's the one thing that I try to bring to a lot of my story playthroughs and streams and stuff when it comes to Silent Hill information, is I try to provide information in as much context as I can. Not just share my opinions, which I obviously do as well. Oh my god, that's a butcher. Please stop it. I was doing things. But yeah. It's one of those things where I want to present both my opinions on the games, but I also want to try to provide information within context. Because if you look at context from the game developers of Silent Hill 2, from interviews taken from 2001, 2002, based on their Japanese audience, you're going to get a lot of stuff like, you know, fans didn't like this very much, and we did things a certain way, and we made Silent Hill 3 a certain way because of fan reactions to Silent Hill 2. But then if you look at the way that interviews from those same devs look from 2012, you've got completely different sort of answers because they're looking at things from a retrospective point of view. Valtiel gave me a dog tag. So we can get the joke ending. Hooray, and it sells for nothing. 3 dog. Three Dog, thank you so much for the raid. A dog tag. We got a dog tag while we got raided by Three Dog. It was fate. It was meant to be. We got the Three Dog tag. Yeah, I know. Like, we almost ran out of time because we basically had... Look, we had to do the whole map. Yo, Three Dog. Dog Boss. Dog Boss to you all. Welcome, brothers. Three Dog, thank you so much for the 45 months. Very much appreciated, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great stream. We are not having a great stream. I don't know. It's slightly better because I'm drinking vodka. But it's been a rough Monday. I've been ranting and raving about stuff all day. There's a lot of shit going on. And on top of all of that, it's Book of Mondays. For anybody who's new here, welcome. I'm Nub Zombie. I play a lot of Silent Hill. I know all of the things about Silent Hill. The same way Three Dog knows all of the things about Metal Gear, I know all of the things about Silent Hill. And every Monday we play this game, Silent Hill Book of Memories. This is the last fully released Silent Hill game. It's a dungeon crawler for the PlayStation Vita. Vodka, but it's South Korean vodka. This is Good Day Korean vodka, peach flavored. It's quite nice. Was the ranting and raving related to the topics of your tweets before? What's up, Dave? Yeah. We've ranted and raved about a lot of things today. We've ranted and raved about Book of Memories. We've ranted and raved about NFTs and Dead by Daylight, and all sorts of shit. So it's just been one of those kind of days. Been one of those Mondays. So welcome, everybody. Yeah, it's time for this fucking Zelda boss. Also, this game sucks. Just for anybody who's new here, this is on top of just being a shitty game, it also has very broken audio. So a lot of times there's going to be really janky fucking audio and sound effects and broken things. Just understand that that is not your stream. That is just the shit that is Book of Memories. No fucking way. Did we get him in one go? Usually he glitches and we gotta kill him twice. Yeah. There's that, I want the note. I want that note. I got it. Usually it glitches and we gotta 2-cycle that motherfucker. We got the 1 cycle. Yamaoka would be proud. Hey, Tom Hewlett is proud that he snuck Yamaoka into this game after he no longer worked for Konami. He got his guitar riff. He got him to come in and record part of Love Psalm for him, even though he was out of contract. Like, legitimately, Tom has tweeted that is one of his proudest moments of working for the Silent Hill series, is that he snuck Yamaoka into Book of Memories. He's legitimately tweeted that, unironically. Tom Hewlett's still working at Way Forward? Yes, he is, making much better games. That's the thing, is like he's worked on good games. He's worked on good stuff. The Shantae games that he's worked on are good. Fucking Bloodstained is great. He just needs to stay away from Silent Hill, and I guess now he will. Now everyone will, because there will never be more. I don't care what the rumors say. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I have a game fully released and playable.
So, sorry about the venue.
It seems fine. Is it not fine?
Speaking of Yamaoka, did you dig The Medium? I didn't play The Medium.
You probably deserves a better restaurant. Somewhere.
I think so, yeah. That's a Bloober Team game. So I'm going to guess you look at stuff, and then you look away, and then you look back, and stuff is different for hours on end. And everyone says it's brilliant. Because Yamaoka was there. Just like Layers of Fear 2, where you look at stuff, and then you look away, and then you look back, and stuff is different. And everyone's like, it's brilliant, because Tony Todd was there.
I hope I can find everything too.
Carry on my wayward son. You've been subbed for 50 months. Lay your weary sub to rest. Don't you sub no more. Thank you for the 50 months. Appreciate it, wayward son. Is this game any good? No. There are better Silent Hill games to play. There are better Vita games to play. There are better dungeon crawlers, RPGs to play on the Vita. This exists purely because some exec at Konami was like, hey, Sony has a contract to have us make a Vita game, and we're going to make it a Silent Hill game. And dungeon crawlers are the big thing right now, back in 2012. So they were like, make it a dungeon crawler. And they just plopped it onto Tom Hewlett's lap. Like, here you go. Get your friends at Way Forward to slap some shit together, and this is what we got. But no, this game is absolutely fucking terrible. Laser Eyes is pretty cool, though. It's a lot more fun in Silent Hill 3. And then you also get to be playing Silent Hill 3, so... Because that's the weapon that I'm using. The weapon I'm using is the Heather Beam Princess Heart Wand from Silent Hill 3. And it's much better in that game. I want that. Let me out. Would you rather drop an anvil on your left foot or play this game? I gotta think about that. I've broken toes before, and I know I can live with them. Especially because I don't have insurance right now. And, like, once I break the toes, that's it. Like, I'm done with it. I don't have to do it more. I don't have to, like, do it every Monday. There's not 500 zones of dropping anvils on my foot. So I might take the anvil. I might opt for the anvil in that situation. Have I completed the game before? Well, here's the thing about completing the game. The game has a quote-unquote story. And this story lasts for 21 zones. But there are more than 21 zones in the game. There's actually 500 in the game. Like, after you finish the story zones, you can just keep playing the game. And it will keep procedurally generating zones all the way up until a 500th zone. So the point of these streams, this is Book of Mondays, where every Monday I play Book of Memories to grind away at this game a little by little to get to that final 500th zone. And we're on zone 202? What is this? Yeah, 202 out of 500. But don't worry, don't feel like, oh, I've already missed so many zones. No, this game is exactly the same. From zone to zone. It's all the same. You go into a procedurally generated dungeon that has a theme to it. Wood, water, blood, fire, metal. And you go through and you're looking for orbs. Challenge orbs, which are these little blue orbs randomly placed around the map. And you have to break each orb and complete the challenge, which 98% of the time is just kill all the enemies that spawn. And you can see over here, that's how many challenge orbs need to be done to finish the map. So we're already done. We're at 6 out of 6. I just need to get over there to the exit. And that's it. Floor after floor. Go through the map, find the orbs, do the challenges, and then solve a quote-unquote puzzle, and then leave and go to the next zone and do it again for 500 zones. Every once in a while, there's a boss. And the bosses all suck. They're all very weird and gimmicky. But yeah, it's basically, in every way, shape, and form, a terrible Silent Hill game, a terrible RPG, a terrible dungeon crawler, a terrible Vita game. So, like, this is the puzzle. 6 hands chased from the fire sought to reverse time. Because they have to make the puzzles procedurally generated for every zone, they're just interchangeable things. It's always just like, oh, yeah. Sometimes it's in reading order, so top to bottom, left to right. Sometimes it's east to west. Sometimes it's clockwise, counterclockwise. Sometimes it's dark to light, red to purple, purple to red, etc. So like this one, yeah. You just have to kind of throw stuff around, and if you really don't want to think about the puzzle, you can just kind of throw stuff in and pull this lever and like figure out where each piece goes and just not give a shit. Like, cool. Howard has been located. Shit. Howard the mailman from Silent Hill Downpour is this game's merchant. All weapons are like super degradable. They break down very, very quickly. Even ranged weapons or magic weapons like my eye lasers. It all breaks down. And you use these wrenches to repair them. Yeah, I'm here. It's a shovel again. Valtiel, a very important deity to the Order and the cult's religion in Silent Hill 3, is now here to give you meaningless tasks and provide you with shovels as rewards. Like, this game sucks. It's a big piece of shit. It's just a bunch of, there's a thing, go fucking run through the zone. Go kill the enemies. Remember these enemies? It's all the enemies from Silent Hill games. And they're all super annoying. Like, Valtiel is here to tell you to go find lunchboxes and give you a shovel once you find them all. Like, it's so fucking nonsensical, stupid. That, yeah. It's awful. It's terrible. Why does it stop at 500? Because that's when they gave up. Is there anything special at 500? Not really. So when you're selecting a zone, not even when you're in a zone, but when you're selecting a zone from the menu, there's some artwork that's behind the menu. So the further down, you're like starting at surface level, and every zone takes you like deeper into the earth. And the further down you go, the artwork changes. So you get some special artwork. There's like artwork, unique artwork all the way down to zone 500. But outside of that tiny little bit of art that's in the background of a menu with a UI covering most of it, there's nothing special. Every zone is exactly the fucking same. Like, we just finished a zone. Now we're going into a new zone, and here it is. It's a procedurally generated map. Lunchboxes. Literally, after making the comment about lunchboxes, that was not a joke. Valtiel wants us to find lunchboxes. So we're trying to go through the map and find lunchboxes and 6 challenge orbs. I can't even get... At least it's right at the start. I know. Oh, it's a fucking combustible shit too. And I couldn't get in to help you because something was blocking the door. Like, I'm sure you can hear Rachel behind me screaming and yelling because she just died to a bullshit enemy, because that is the way this game works. Like, and she is completely maxed out. Her stats and level and everything are completely maxed out. She has the strongest charms that you can have in the game, which is essentially your stats and armor and stuff like that. She has the strongest weapons that you can get in the game, and it doesn't matter because there's still bullshit in this game that can just stun lock you or one-shot you. Yeah, like, she's decked out as far as you possibly can be, and this game she's played this game like 3 times as much as me, basically, because she is the queen of bad games. But that's the thing, is like, it doesn't matter. Like, nothing in this game really matters. Your progression, your levels, your equipment, none of it matters. It's just a fucking miserable, monotonous grind. And there are still people out there who defend it, who are like, it's not so bad for a Vita game. Shit like that. There are better RPGs on the Vita. There's better Silent Hill games that you can play on the Vita. There's better dungeon crawlers that you can play on the Vita. Like, this is shit. This is shit. And I'm about to die. Fuck. Boogeyman. Don't you laser me. Don't you laser me, you shit. We need to find Howard. I don't have anything. I'm dead. So, Boogeyman's invincible, and he's glitched. He's glitched with infinite lasers. So are we just going to re-roll this floor, or what? If you both die, do you have to start over? Kind of. Like, you lose your equipment, all of our health kits, wrenches for repairing, everything like that. Like, all of this shit. We just have to We just have to stop and start over. Oh, I know. Like the delay. So Rachel's talking about the boogeyman's got some bullshit. Let's just go through it. Okay. He'll meet us on the way, yeah. But yeah, Rachel's talking about everything going on with the boogeyman's attacks and abilities. He can just decide to not take damage. He can bug out. Okay. Yeah. And of course his laser. I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't get away from it. You need to wait. So he's bugged right now to where he's basically constantly shooting a beam that just always is doing damage. And he can also just decide to not take damage. He has an ability that just lets him be invincible for a set amount. You got him? Rachel killed him. And this is co-op. Like, we have every advantage at our disposal. Like, other than me being a little bit away from max level, but even that doesn't really matter, like I was saying before. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's a whole bunch of stupid bullshit. This game is just so many layers of bullshit. It's hard to even list it all. So, yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing that exists. Not only is it a thing that exists, it is the last Silent Hill game to officially and fully release. Like, Silent Hills got canceled. So if Silent Hills would have came out, like, for better or worse, that would have been something. But because that got canceled and nothing else came out, the series of Silent Hill just ends with this. Hey, what's up, Kibbs? We're collecting Robbies, by the way. Robbie dolls. Well, I'm talking to chat. So, yeah. It's just a bunch of like, hey, look at this recognizable thing from franchise that we ruined.
Just finished it.
Isn't that neat?
They told me to come talk.
It's a gray child. It's a Robbie. Oh, good. Before I go fucking running off.
Pretty soon I'll be the one telling you what to do.
Howard,
Hello
the
again.
mailman. Who owns the rights to Silent Hill? Konami.
Couple of years.
They always have.
Haven't gotten very far, have you? I'd be running the place by now.
They've outsourced it to a bunch of different developers over the years. They stopped developing it internally after Silent Hill 4. So everything after Silent Hill 4 has just been randomly outsourced to different companies.
Anything specific?
Well, not randomly, but, you know, outsourced to different companies.
Just the thing. Thank you kindly. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah? How much are you down by? So, Rachel's already burned through, like, almost 60,000 memory residue. Memory residue, by the way, is just the currency in this game. It's money. It's literal just bags of gold and jewels.
Anyone
But they call it memory
looking to
residue
purchase?
because, oh, you're in somebody's mind and you're changing things. Even the story doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, memory residue is your currency. And Rachel has a lot of it because she's played this game a lot more than I have. And she grinds out
To be
repeating zones and stuff just to get more residue and artifacts and things like that.
Let's
But
see
she's
what
crazy.
you got. I'll give you a fair price.
Why is the postman a merchant? Because, hey, remember that?
See you again.
Because Tom Hewlett made this game and also Silent Hill Downpour.
Step right
And he
up.
was like, hey,
Just
remember
about everything.
Howard the Mailman? Tom
Drop by
and a lot of the people who were behind Downpour, in general, were trying very hard to market Howard the Mailman as like the big recurring character of the new games. We all say poor Nub, but what about poor Rachel? She does this to herself. I at least like do this for stream entertainment value, and you know, because we met a sub goal. I had sworn off playing this game. Oh shit, that's not you. I had sworn off playing this game.
Could I have some more ammo, please?
No.
Just a little.
Stop it. I can't hit her. My fucking thing won't lock onto her.
I think I need more bullets.
Stop. Shut up. Fake Rachel. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. She's dead. But yeah, I had sworn off playing this game. I didn't play it anymore for a long time. It drove me insane. It made me ashamed and embarrassed to be a Silent Hill fan. And playing it as often as I was playing it was driving me actually insane. And I didn't play it for a very long time. And then I set a sub goal.
God damn it! God damn it!
Yeah. God damn it.
No,
So we hit a sub goal, and now we're playing it again. Are you dead or? Okay. A game that drives you crazy is probably the scariest game of all. Sure. We'll go with that. Altiel, you better have something good. Oh. I missed that part. I'm sorry. You know it's hard for me to keep up with you and chat. Especially since I'm like fucking deaf in my right ear right now. I do. I have one. Orb. Who's good? Nice. Beware the doors. Did you know the game has a hidden sanity meter? Yeah, it just drains your real life sanity. And as said, there's legitimately people out there who like this game and defend it. I had somebody comment on one of my Twitter posts where I was like, oh my god, I've got to play Book of Memories again. This sucks so bad. I hate this game. And I put like a thing that like Book of Memories is back. Book of Mondays is back on my channel. And then somebody was like, I like this game. I blocked them and moved on with my life because I don't trust people who like this game. I just don't. I don't trust people like that. This reminds me of Metal Gear Survive, if you know what I mean. I played Metal Gear Survive. I would play Metal Gear Survive for the next 1,000 hours if it meant I didn't ever have to play this game again. I would poke the shit out of some zombies through a fucking chain link fence with a wooden stake for the next 1,000 hours if it meant I didn't have to play Book of Memories ever again. Like, I hate Metal Gear Survive, not nearly as much as I hate playing Book of Memories. Oh shit, I missed stuff. Very Dave, thank you for the 41-month resub. I'm sorry I missed that, man. I've been ranting and yelling and trying to keep up with, like, cats rubbing against me, Rachel yelling at stuff behind me, and all the other things. Dave, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the big 41 months. For everybody here watching, Dave is also one of my absolute favorite streamers. You should definitely go and follow him, along with 3Dog, who rated earlier. Some of my absolute favorite people. Who's considered the creator or main ideas guy of Silent Hill? There's not any one main person throughout the series. There's different people were in charge of, like, script and story and ideas for every game, like, all throughout the series. I would say arguably the most, like, iconic, the most, like, memorable is probably I don't remember what challenge that is. But I would say probably the most recognizable is Hiroyuki Owaku, who most people recognize for Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3. But then, like, Silent Hill 2 was a lot of Takeyoshi Sato. I'll go ahead and take it. And yeah. It's a big collaborative effort. There's not any one main ideas person behind Silent Hill. Oh shit. Let me see if I've got any other ones that are, like, ready to break. I do. I'm just swapping out these shitty ones. Damn. Yeah, it is. He's dead. Pyramid dead. Pyramid dead hard. Rest in peace, Dead by Daylight. What do you mean, no? I'm so sad. I'm so sad DBD's going out like this. I'm actually stocked, so I'm gonna keep looking. Alien Green, thank you so much for the 6 months. Very much appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Good to see you again.
Oh well,
Step
I'll go
right
ahead
up.
and
We've got just about everything.
sell my ammo, buy my 1 med kit.
Spend those memories wisely now.
Have there been any spiritual successors to Silent Hill from old developers? A few of the developers that worked on Silent Hill 1 left after Silent Hill 1 and made the Siren series.
Good luck out there.
So Siren is probably the closest thing to that. Ooh, artifact room. I'm gonna get a UFO. I'm gonna get a UFO. I'm gonna get a UFO. 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 Golden Ankh. It sells for a little bit. I'm hoping for a UFO there because UFOs are worth the most memory residue. Like most things in this game are worth like a couple thousand or something. Whereas the UFO artifact is worth like 36,000. It's like 30 something thousand, over 30,000. Weren't Silent Hill people on The Evil Within? No, that was Resident Evil people. Resident Evil people worked on The Evil Within. Get it? The Evil Within? Like, the evil is a resident and it's inside. It's within. Do you get it? Do you get it? In Europe, it's called Biohazard Within. Evil Within was Shinji Mikami. Wasn't Shinji Mikami Resident Evil 4 and stuff, though? Like, he's big Resident Evil man, right? I don't know Resident Evil as well as I know Silent Hill. Like, I don't know all the devs and stuff by name the way I do with like Silent Hill. RE1 and RE4? Okay. Yeah, I almost got it too. That room with the fucking bugs. There's a movement bug in this game that Rachel's got right now. If you're getting attacked by the swarms, the flying bugs, whenever you're going like through a door, this one's locked. You can get bugged and you move like really slowly. Raw shock. I'm just trying to warn you. Shame Evil Within was pretty weak though. Yeah, I was not a fan of The Evil Within. I've heard the second one is better. I have not played it yet though. Yeah, it is. I just saw the fucking thing. Okay. Damn, that was close. Luckily, it didn't one-shot me. Like, it'll randomly just decide to one-shot. Oh, okay. So I just got hit with a glancing blow. And it still did fucking 95% of my health instead of 100. Cancer in this room. There it goes. Mission failed. Good. Oh. So yeah, it's just a random things from one of the other challenges. So it was a lunchbox instead of a gnome. Fuck you, Needler. Quit blocking lasers. I don't have key. I'm exploring on my way there. Oh, well. So much for that. Damn, that's our last orb, too. We missed a key somewhere. So what you're witnessing right now is ultimately what this game boils down to, is you just have to find the keys to get through the locked doors. And they're not like specific or anything, like, you know, in Silent Hill games where you find like quirky, interesting, unique items and solve puzzles to like get through doors and shit. No, it's just generic Zelda dungeon keys that you use to unlock locked doors, and they're just thrown into random rooms, usually in a drawer, but not always, sometimes just laying on the fucking ground somewhere. And most of the time, if you're getting stuck anywhere in the game, it's because there's a random key somewhere that you just missed and didn't pick up. And I bet you it's probably in that room where there was dark enemies. Because then your light turns off and you can't see if there's stuff in the drawers. Oh, I found the orb. And the key. It was over here. This is the definitive Silent Hill experience. Exactly. My lasers. Yeah, because my lasers are like full screen. Hey. Let's get the fuck out. Actually, I'm going to go top off at Howard's, since it's pretty close. X-Men Cyclops beams. It's the sexy beam from Silent Hill 3. A new Game Plus weapon that most people who casually play that game don't even know about, because it requires killing 333 enemies to unlock. And there's not even that many enemies in a playthrough. You have to do like multiple consecutive playthroughs, killing all or nearly all enemies to even get it. I need more alcohol, so I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. I need more alcohol. Truly a testament to this game's effect on the human spirit. Yep. So I finished off one bottle of Good Day Peach Korean vodka. Now I'm having Good Day Watermelon Korean vodka. And we're going against the Fire Guardian, aka Diablo. So for anybody who's never seen this game before, you're about to witness a boss fight. Oh, shit. Wayward Son. With a $50 tip. So new sub goal is 1,000 subs for 1,000 hours of Metal Gear Survive. I mean, if we hit 1,000 subs, how can I turn down 1,000 hours of Metal Gear Survive as a sub goal? We're at like 450 something right now. Ow. Fire indeed hot. And he's dead. So that was the boss fight. Oh yeah, this arena is just recolored and repurposed for different bosses. Yep. The Blood Mama. Who's the only, like, somewhat interesting boss, and that's because she's Scarlet. She's shitty Scarlet who shoots blood out of her vagina. Yeah. See, I'm not sure if I take more offense at this or the pachinko. This is a torture experience masquerading as a game, but on the other hand, pachinko is pachinko. Here's the thing. First of all, it's not pachinko. The Pachi slot is a slot machine. It's just a straight up slot machine. There is no pachinko ball or pachinko element to it. The pachinko, like, prefix to it is just so that Japan can put it in pachinko halls, like, to skirt around Japanese laws, gambling laws. But it's a slot machine. It's a straight up slot machine. Second of all, a lot of people talk shit about the Pachi slot because they've not actually seen it or played it. I've seen it. I've played it. And Eternally Enigma owns it. He's my roommate. He lives upstairs. I can go and play it as much as I want whenever I want, if I really want to. I don't, but that's beside the point. Now here's the thing. As a slot machine, as a physical Silent Hill slot machine, it's actually pretty good. It has a lot of effort put into it. There's all these little moving pieces to the machine. There's like little lights on the panels and stuff. Like, it's very, very well designed to the point where you go run. I'm going to sit here and talk. So there's, like, for instance, little panels on the machine where you see a picture of James. But whenever the light behind that panel changes, it changes from a picture of James to a picture of Pyramid Head. And there's little things like that all over the machine. It's got a physical gate, like a little metal gate that opens and closes with like a glowing eye behind it. So whenever things are happening, like this gate is opening and closing and you can see this glowing eye coming out behind it. It has all these cool, like, moving parts. It looks like a whole fucking, like, it's a well-designed machine. There's so much fucking stuff in the Pachi slot. Like, for just being a slot machine, there is so much effort put into it. And he's getting health. But yeah, there's a really good YouTube breakdown for it done by Whitney Chavis, aka Kemi Rowe. Definitely recommend checking out her video on YouTube covering the Pachi slot, because it is super thorough. Covers a lot of stuff about the machine itself and the real progression and all of the bonus stuff. Now, the thing is, at the end of the day, it's just a fucking slot machine, and yeah, Konami poured out our beautiful beloved survival horror franchise to be this awful fucking gambling thing. But also they put a lot of effort into it. Like, effort that I really wish would have gone into, like, you know, a video game. But as far as comparing, like, what you hate worse, I hate this so much worse. Like, the Pachi slot, at least as a slot machine, is a good and interesting slot machine. Whereas this is not a good and interesting dungeon crawler. This is not a good and interesting Vita game. You know, this is a pile of shit no matter how you look at it. Whereas the Pachi slot is at least a pretty interesting slot machine. Troy Baker screams? Yeah, this is Troy Baker. I'm playing as Silent Hill 2 James, who's one of the DLC characters for this game. Because yes, I even have the DLC. Now I kind of want a 2D Silent Hill side-scrolling beat-em-up. That actually exists. It's a fan game. But that actually exists. It's a Streets of Rage clone with Silent Hill characters and Silent Hill monsters. And it's actually, for like a fan game, pretty fucking good. Oh, you found Howard? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Good to see you again.
I'm gonna say Troy Baker things.
I'll keep him busy. Try to distract them. I'll go for blood creatures.
I'll go for the blood creatures.
Cutting straight.
Save me the blood creatures for my karma meter, Rachel.
Spend those memories wisely now. Thank you kindly. And feel free to have a look around. I can buy it for a decent price. Don't spend it all and drop by anytime. We're all.
If you're in a nub stream, you don't lack culture by definition. Same thing if you're a Three Dog watcher, an Outer Heaven brother. You're automatically cultured and your opinions are valid. That's how it works. Save point. Oh, Butcher. Don't do it. Oh my god. You fucker. Okay. God. Stupid fucking hamster face. Ah, shit. You're a gnome. You're a gnome named Norm. Found an orb. All I care about. I think that's more a testament to Nub being cultured than me. I usually just lurk. I wouldn't go that far to call myself cultured. I'm a Silent Hill nerd. I'm a horror fan, but at the end of the day, like, that's all. I'm just an obsessive fan and a weeaboo. There is nothing cultured about me there. What's in there?
Pyramid Head.
Oh.
He's fucking literally.
Okay, well, fuck it. Let's just go to the exit. Apparently, Pyramid Head is in there next to the door, just waiting to gank us. I didn't. I don't know what's down there. You can go look. I don't care. All I know is we got all the orbs and we know where the exit is. You are the best obsessed Silent Hill fan? Well, thank you. I try. I like these games and I like talking about them, and I'm glad
Step right up.
people enjoy
About everything.
I'm glad people enjoy
Memories wisely now.
hearing me talk about them,
Enjoy it.
because Lord knows my friends were getting fucking sick of it.
Until next time.
So I'm glad there's people on the internet willing to listen to my years of life dedicated to reading developer interviews and everything on the internet there is that I could find about Silent Hill games, and just playing the ever-living shit out of them. Because, like, at the end of the day, that's all it is. I love these games. They're very special to me. I play them a lot. And, I like talking about them. And I like discussing them with other fans. I never went out of my way to try to be, like, particularly smart or entertaining or thorough or anything like that. I just kind of do my thing, and people seem to enjoy it. Vodka. Watermelon vodka. You want some, Rachel? Okay. I'm glad we had some, like, good starchy spaghetti for dinner. That definitely helps with drinking. Vodka. It's not Russian vodka, so we can't call it vodka. It's Good Day watermelon vodka from South Korea. You know what they say, there's a public for everything. There's definitely like an audience for everything. And I'm glad that I was able to find, like, a community to be a part of, and, you know, find that sort of audience through Twitch. Lunchboxes again. Think I found some of that vodka. I put a picture up on my Twitter if you need to, like, look at the label and verify. I don't know. I'm just gonna kill him. Get away. Avert your eyes. He dead. And boom. This is my favorite Book of Memories level music, in that it's the one that I hate the most. Because it's the earwormiest. I refer to this music style as clown shoe. Over and over. Hey, Wintrail. I didn't even know anyone else knew this existed. It kind of flopped. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. Oh, shit. I see them. They dead. Yeah, Windtrail. Welcome, first of all, to the stream. I'm Nub Zombie. I play all of the Silent Hill games. And I do mean all of them. Like, all of them. And I talk about them in great detail, and I do speed runs and challenge runs and all sorts of stuff. So, like, the arcade game, the play novel, Book of Memories, yeah, but, you know, like, everything. I cover everything. Oh, there's a Boji, man. Okay, he's dead. So you're a glutton for punishment. No, I'm just a very dedicated Silent Hill fan. Yeah, Cyborg Rachel, who's currently co-oping this game with me, she's the glutton for punishment. She plays this shit just to play it. I can't even really say for fun, because I know you're not having fun. But she plays bad games just to suffer. And, like, not even do it on stream. Like, she is straight up a glutton for punishment. So she co-ops this game with me. She's got, like, 3 times as many hours in this game as I do. At least. Me, on the other hand, I'm just a dedicated Silent Hill fan. I'm a completionist for the Silent Hill series. I want to be able to say I have played and beaten and done, like, everything for every Silent Hill game. And that includes 500 zones of Book of Memories, because this game actually does have an end. For a long time, I thought it didn't. I thought it was just an endless, procedurally generated dungeon crawler, but it actually does have an end at 500 zones. Like, the story ends at 21 zones. Oh, well, that's good to know. Something just killed Rachel. Probably a butcher. So I'm going to go look in this other direction. But yeah. I'm just a super dedicated Silent Hill fan. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was, and play all of the Silent Hill games as to the greatest extent that I possibly can. Even if I am playing games like this that I don't like. That's a butcher, that's a butcher, that's a butcher, that's a butcher. No, this is a different one. Well, yeah, they're like all over the zone. But yeah. For anybody who's new here, I do everything I can to cover the Silent Hill games in every possible way that I can. I speedrun almost every game in the series. I do challenge runs, super in-depth story playthroughs that frequently go past like 14, 15, 16 hours in a sitting. I used to do 24-hour marathons and stuff. Now I'm an old man and I can't really do that as often, but every once in a while we still do that. I just recently celebrated 10 years of streaming on Twitch. And I'm a Capricorn. Completely irrelevant. I'm just listing things. I have all the keys. Okay. I'm coming back. I didn't go that way. There's 2 orbs up here, by the way. Something is just sniping you when you walk in there. Did you just break your Vita? Oh, okay. I just heard a loud slam, and I thought for a minute you just gave up and smashed it. Old man, you don't sound that old. I'm 33. I started streaming when I was 23. 33 is pretty ancient by internet standards. I'm just gonna clear out these orbs. Oof, nubs. I'm sorry, Adana. I'm sorry. It's by internet standards. We're all young at heart, and age is just a number. I'm just trying to say how the internet views us. All those TikTok children with their dances and their memes. I might have... Oh, there's a lunchbox. It's K, I get it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't get it. I'm joking. I legitimately think age is more about how you feel than your actual age. And I'm 33 and I feel like I'm fucking 80. So I feel like an old man more than I actually am. Did you get a key for over there? Oh, I found the last room. I got the last orb. Oh, fuck me. Butcher, Schism, and 2 Needlers. Kill all enemies in 60 seconds, and I just got slow trapped and killed. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, you're right there next to it. The butcher, I think, was closest to it. My things! I don't care. Just a wrench and a med kit is all I need. I'll get the rest from Powie. I'm getting QTE'd! Oh, thank you. Going to bed. All right, Alien Green, take it easy. Have a great night. Did we never even found Howard. Or I didn't. Bottom right? Okay. I got the exits on that route back anyway, so... 23, too young to be in the stream. Before we start getting into it, and I understand this is my fault for starting the conversation. Let's not get into age discussion. I'm this old, I'm that old. Because eventually somebody's going to joke about being whatever too young. And even jokingly, I have to ban you from my channel. Like, this is an 18 and up channel. There's a thing that says mature audiences only when you click on it. There's general Twitch terms of service, which dictates that you have to be at least 13 to be on Twitch. You got to be at least 18 to be on this channel. So let's just get out of the the age topic and not talk about it. Don't start doing that, because even jokingly, I will have to ban you. If you're like, I'm 12, what is this? Yeah, you're still going to get banned. Have to do it. I have to cover my ass. I'm sorry. I'm not going to put my channel at risk because you make a ancient joke.
Hello again.
Noise created. Thank you so much for the 42 months.
Cutting straight to business, I see.
Very, very much appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Spend those memories wisely now.
That is a lot of love and support. Hope you're doing well tonight, Noise.
Thank you kindly.
Damn, I'm getting down in memory residue again. Do I have things I
Something
can sell?
take off your hands?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, dog tags actually sell for 2,500. I thought all of the joke ending items sold for 0. I got 4 fucking stones of Maxwell. Worthless. Well, there we go. There's another 15,000 to tide me over.
I am if you need.
It feels like we just did Diablo, right? Like a zone or two ago. Oh, I know. That's usually the one that forces a disconnect if we get the Steel Guardian. What is the Stone of Maxwell from? Actually a really good question. What? Oh, it's Shannon's sticky vagina doors. Yeah. I think Stone of Maxwell's are just Book of Memories thing. Yeah, it's not from any other Silent Hill game. It's a small porous stone that smells faintly of ammonia. It's a kidney stone or a bladder stone. I guess it could be either. If it's porous, that's more likely bladder. Kidney stones are more crystalline. Right? Okay. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. Sticky vagina walls? Yeah, so this is the blood stages, the Shannon blood stages. And essentially, the doors in this stage yeah. The doors in this stage, just look at it. Just look at it. And whenever you try to, like, open them and run through them, more often than the doors on any other stage, you just get stuck on them. You get stuck trying to run through doors. So there's a lot of situations where enemies will kill you because you're trying to run past them and, like, leave a room, but you can't leave the room because you're stuck in one of Shannon's sticky vagina doors. Does that make sense? As Rachel says, I'm stuck trying to run through a door. Like, this is the zone of sticky vagina doors. Don't know how else to say it. It's just what it is. I didn't make the game. I don't even like the game. This is just the reality that we live in.
Come on! School's this way.
So why are DBD characters being sold as NFTs? We already had that rant. Go back and watch the first, 37 minutes of the VOD. And I kind of covered it in detail before I got drunk. Long story short, the current people who own the Hellraiser license are about to lose the license at the end of this year to Clive Barker, who originally made Hellraiser. And before they lose the license, they're trying to get every last fucking dime out of it they can, even if that includes bad deals with sketchy NFT companies. And they've also somehow wrapped up Doug Bradley and Behavior, who makes Dead by Daylight and a bunch of other stuff, into that bullshit. That's the short version. Dark enemies. Turning off my damn light. God, I hate the fucking gray children. They're just little tiny butchers. Throwing shit from across the fucking room. Can't see anything. Don't know dicks from dildos. So you're saying I should get the Hellraiser DLC fast before removal? No, I'm saying if you're lucky enough to have not been one of the people who bought the Hellraiser DLC already, I mean, you do what you want. You do what you want. Personally, I'm done supporting Behavior. I'm done playing Dead by Daylight, and I'm done supporting those devs. Because they were super, super shady about how they handled this whole NFT business. Because they could have told everybody that they were working with an NFT company back before they released the Hellraiser chapter and let people make the decision if they want to buy it after knowing about it. They waited until almost 2 months after the release of that chapter so that people couldn't refund it. And they've already gotten most of their sales from it. Like, it was all done very, very intentionally so that they could make money before people realized what a shitty thing they were doing. So I'm over it. I'm done with Behavior. Gut Slush, thank you so much for the 5 months of sub support. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy your time here. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well tonight, Gut Slush. Hope you're having a good Monday. Ooh, artifacts. I like artifacts. I like artifacts. Give me a UFO. What'd you get at Stone of Maxwell? What did I get? What did I get? I also got a Stone of Maxwell. It's because I just sold 3 of them. I just sold 3 of them, so now they're giving them all back. Fucking shit. Poops. Heard on the internet that Steam bans games that use NFTs. So Steam specifically bans games that are involved with NFT exclusives. And right now, DBD technically, very technically, does not fall under that. Unless somebody finds something that is exclusive to Dead by Daylight, like Doug Bradley voice lines or custom costumes or things like that you can only get in Dead by Daylight through the purchase of NFTs. If something like that crops up, then DBD will probably get removed from Steam. Until that point, it'll probably stay up. Can someone explain what NFT stands for? Non-fungible tokens. As said, I explained a lot of this at the start of the stream. If you want to watch the first like 30 minutes or so of the VOD, before I got really drunk and drank a whole lot of vodka and got really mad and explained stuff. If you want to know a little bit more about what NFTs are, what behavior did, and the whole situation, it's a little bit much for me to try to get into right now. But ultimately, just know that it sucks. That's a deadly room, by the way. Butcher, and darkness, and locked door. I'm trying. Fucking nurse, fucking dogs, fucking bitches. Okay, he's dead. Nothing important in there. I'm stuck. Oh, that's a fucking Rorschach following us. Yeah, there's a locked door over on the left, kind of in the middle. Sorry, I'm getting stuck in vagina doors. Not trying to trap you. Hey, Grimmy. Nothing short of pretty much giving up Hellraiser is going to save behavior from this screw up. I don't think there's any real coming back for this. Like, there's obviously still going to be a lot of people who stick around and play Dead by Daylight, but I think this is going to more or less kind of be the beginning of the end for DBD. I mean, to be fair, nobody really would have expected Dead by Daylight to last as long as it did based on how it was in 2016, 2017. Like, it was a little indie game. It's broken as fuck. Small team. Lots of issues. Lots of balance problems. You know, it held on for a very long time. A lot longer than I think anyone would have expected it to from back then. That's a great fucking question. Where are we missing an orb?
Oh.
Because my map looks pretty fucking...
I'll still be here.
Oh, there's a room. We missed a room in that long hallway. The, like, bottom right, second from the bottom. That one to the left. So...
Got in some new stock that's about your speed.
Here, let me move out here. We can see the map a little better. We might have completed it and not picked up the thing in one of the rooms.
Step right up. We've got just about everything.
Yeah, because we cleared the map if it's not in that bottom right room. Unless that's the one that we cleared.
Enjoy it now. You'll be back.
Makes me sad since I was legit getting into playing as Pyramid Head and Alessa/Heather. Cheryl. Yeah. No, trust me. I'm really disappointed because I absolutely loved Dead by Daylight. I have like 3,000 hours or so in that game. And I've supported the devs through a whole bunch of bullshit up until this point. But this is too much. I can't. Oh, I'm gonna give her the fucking laser eyes. She's dead. Plus that shit's damaging to the planet. Oh yeah, like NFTs are more than just, you know, oh, I don't like cryptocurrency or this or that. Like, cryptocurrency became a thing, and so crypto miners became a thing, which is the reason you can't get a fucking video card for less than the price of a small house. And all the energy required to run all of those mining rigs is a huge waste of resources and is actively damaging the planet. So, you know. Yay! That's a whole lot of bullshit to try to morally be okay with. To just play the I run in circles around a bit of wood from a monster game. Like, trust me, I love me some Dead by Daylight. But I'm gonna find different games to play. As said, before Dead by Daylight existed, I got my multiplayer survival horror itch scratched by playing a lot of Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead was my games. Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Those were my games that I played before Dead by Daylight, that I like sunk thousands of hours into. So I'm probably gonna just start playing a lot of Back 4 Blood. Like, that's gonna be my next multiplayer survival horror game to sink a shit ton of time into. But yeah, I'm done supporting behavior and playing DBD. Really? $3K hours is a lot of hours. I mean, it's a decent amount of time to sink into a game. That's 3,000 hours over the course of... Oh, Blood Guardian. Great. That's 3,000 hours over the course of, like, over 5 years. Like, playing since July of 2016. Not nearly as much as a lot of people have put into it. Like, a lot of people who stream it as their main game, like Dead by Daylight wasn't my mainstream game. It was definitely one of my regulars, like secondary type of games to play and stream. But for a lot of people who Dead by Daylight was their main stream, their main content, they have like 9, 10, 11,000 hours or more. But I've played it enough to realize that I'm at a point where I'm not going to put up with their bullshit. Not going to put up with that bullshit. Actively supporting NFT companies and being shady and deceptive to their player base in order to make sales. I draw the line there. Ow. There it is. Is that what we needed to do? Yeah, I thought, like, at this point we were already getting... That was the whole problem. Yeah. Now. Phase 2. There we go. Blood beams. Yeah, if you could get the wheels, she's spinning with me. The most annoying bullshit. Relying on enemy AI to damage itself. Oh god. Yep, because this shit's extra broken on multiplayer. Do you need supplies at all? There we go, got an arm. She just hit 2 of them. And it didn't affect the arm at all. Like, got one. Yeah. Come on. Come on, you little fucker. Come over here. God damn it. Still need the back right. At least got that one arm after it slammed like 4 of those fuckers and didn't feel a thing. What boss is this even supposed to be? This is the Blood Guardian. This is the Scarlet from Homecoming ripoff. Oh god. So like, if you look at these front 2 tendril arm things, those are actually legs. So we're gonna see the boss's like full form, but this blood beam, you can see those are the legs, like, standing straight up. That blood is anus blood or vagina blood. Yeah. Rachel said the legs are in stirrups. Now we see her climb out and we get knockoff Scarlet. Blood Mama. There we go. Yay. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Tom Hewlett. Horror as a genre has really dipped recently. The games that are looked at as being like the pinnacles and like iconic entries to survival horror and psychological horror are like 20 plus years old now. Silent Hill 2 just turned 20 years old last month. And there's still very few things in horror since then that like live up to it. I feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of fear, ironically, in survival horror or horror as a genre in general. There's a lot of fear from the developers to invest a lot of time into money and time and money into something that might not be successful. And in order to sort of play it safe, there's a lot of just emulating things that have already been successful without taking risks. So we wind up getting a lot of horror that's like, oh, here's the newest horror game. It's Amnesia meets PT meets Eternal Darkness meets Silent Hill meets Resident Evil. It's the Clock Tower spiritual successor. It's the Haunting Ground spiritual successor. And it's just all fucking... Okay, there's sanity systems and there's tank controls and there's protagonist who can't remember things, and it's just the same fucking shit that's been happening in horror for the last 20 plus years without anybody just being like, hey, let's do something like different. Let's do something unexpected. And the couple of games that do actually try to do something kind of different and unexpected, the gimmick of being different and unexpected gets ruined immediately because of the way internet culture is now. So you have something really interesting like, what's it called? Doki Doki Literature Club. Really interesting, unique concept to have a horror game. Yeah, but to have a horror game that's disguised as like a visual novel dating game that just like falls apart in front of you as you play it. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Absolutely ruined day one because as soon as it comes out, its entire gimmick is given away because there's a million YouTube videos of it and streams on it, and you know, its one saving grace dies immediately. So it's like, oh, it's so hard. It's so hard to do something new and unique and interesting in the genre and have it be satisfying as a player while also being successful. So for a lot of horror, it's just come down to, we need to play it safe, so we need to put this in there. We need to play it safe, so we need to put that in there. We need to copy, you know, oh, Resident Evil 7 was really good. You know, sold 1 billion copies. So we got to do first person, and we got to make it actiony, and we got to do this and we got to do that. You know, this game, Amnesia, everybody loved Amnesia, so we got to do Sanity and Darkness, and everybody loved Resident Evil Remake, so we've got to do, static camera angles and tank controls like it's a game from fucking 2001, even though it's released in 2019 or 2020 or whatever. Like, and everything just winds up coming off as like a cheap copy, where everybody was telling me, oh, play Tormented Souls, you'll love it, it's just like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. And I'm like, yeah, it's Resident Evil Remake, Silent Hill Origins, and Silent Hill Downpour. Is that really our fucking bar? Is that our bar for standards on good survival horror now? Is it kind of like Silent Hill Origins? A game that was mediocre in 2006? So I don't know. It's just sad, man. Like, I would have expected horror to evolve by now. I would have expected developers and creative people to take the things that exist and made Resident Evil and Silent Hill and all these games good and say, hey, these general concepts are good, but how can we push it further? And then push it further. And it never got pushed further. It just continues being carbon copies of the same stuff. Like Tormented Souls a lot more than Origins, but the bar is low, unfortunately. I would agree with that statement. I like Tormented Souls more than Origins, but that is not the bar that you should be going for to be qualified as like good survival horror. You know? Where it's literally just copying puzzles and shit. It's literally copying shit just straight out of Origins. Like, literally, here is the Alchemilla puzzle from Origins. Go into a mirror world and get fake plastic organs. Like, literally just straight out of Origins. And for a minute, I thought, okay, this is going to be one little segment of the game overall. But then you're just constantly doing the mirror world gimmick. And I'm like, oh, no. We really are just committing to this for the whole fucking game. Oh, okay. I need to figure out how to get to you. But, like, and then we get to the final boss, and I'm like, oh, no. Are we actually just doing Silent Hill Downpour? Like, really? We're doing Silent Hill Downpour. Gimmick and all. For our final boss. We're just going to do Officer Coleridge again. And that's going to be the game that everybody's like, oh, I love it. It's classic survival horror, but with a modern twist. It's just like Silent Hill. It's just like Resident Evil. I'm like, yeah, it controls just like Resident Evil Remake, and it visually and spiritually encapsulates Silent Hill Origin and Silent Hill Downpour. That's not a good thing in my book. Like, I get that that's probably better than most other stuff that just kind of gets, like, shat out these days. But that's fucking sad that that's the bar. That's really fucking sad to me. That's like, everyone loves it because really they're like, compared to a lot of other stuff, yeah, it is. It is kind of the best survival horror game to come out in a long time because it copies a bunch of games that weren't even that great back when they came out, like fucking 10, 15 years ago. I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm not looking. I'm looking at chat. I'm just mindlessly running through. sorry. I don't know where it is, and I don't have any keys, and I'm lost. Well, then open this fucking door. I'm dead. Disarming Needler. Cool. It's such a long run back. Okay. Also, hey Maxie. I'm sorry, I'm drunk and ranting tonight. It's been one of those kind of Mondays. I already had my beloved... Oh, that's a bogeyman. Yeah, but you know. Bogey on your 6. Ah! And I ducked away from him and there was a butcher. Wait, what do you mean? There's one like way the fuck over here by me. He seems to be running along like focused on you, I guess, because he doesn't mind me lasering him in his butt. Yeah. He's not taking damage. I mean, he might just have his fart cloud up. Yeah, he does. I just killed this one too. Quality rants though? Ooh, artifacts. I like artifacts. Except I need Howard. I don't even remember what room I dropped my shit in. Ow. Oh, well, Valtiel, give me that Aglovitus. Artifact room's down here. Get off my nuts, you nurse. I got another golden onk. Oh, okay. Trying, I'm stuck on doors. Not even sticky or vagina. Yeah, the steel doors.
Good to see you again.
I think Darkwood's a great example of a game that's unique enough to not need the high budget and strong team, but teams like Bloober, who have a budget and a strong team, do not create unique experiences or captivating gameplay. No, not at all. I have started using the term Bluebird to define
Take your time.
a
Still be here.
common survival horror gimmick,
Looking for
which
anything specific?
is in more than just Bloober games now, because Bloober games have been successful enough for there to be lots of other smaller companies to do cheap knockoffs. So
Enjoy.
what I call being Bluebird is
Thank you.
when the game is like, here is a shiny thing. Here's a light shining on a thing. Come look at this. Come look at this. Come pick this important thing up. This obviously critical and important thing. Come look at it. And you go look at it, and then you turn around, and then everything looks different. You walked down the hallway, and then you went and looked at the thing, and then you turn around, and you're now in a very small enclosed space. Or the hallway is now covered in blood and tentacles, or whatever. This gimmick, by the way, has been around at least since Silent Hill Homecoming. It's literally the gimmick before you fight Sepulcher,
Purchase.
where you walk up to the door to get into Sepulcher's boss arena, and it's locked. And you walk away from it to go backtrack to see what you gotta do. and then everything goes otherworld, and then you can go through the door. It's been around since at least Homecoming, but Bloober Team took that and did it over and over and over and over again, to the point where they'd made games that were successful enough that people now copy that shit. So that has just become my term, being Bluebird. Hey, come look at this thing, and then when you go look at the thing, everything around you has changed. And it's already such a fucking tired old gimmick. Like, I hate it. I hate every fucking game that does it now. Ugh. And you're right, Maxi. Like, they have the team and the bloober, the money, and the there's so much to it. Like, they could do so much more, but they can't. Like, or they refuse to, because it would be too much of a risk. Want to unwind before bed? It's, yeah, you know, we're coming up on 4 hours. That's about a good limit for a Book of Mondays. I'm drunk and ranty. I probably need to eat something, soak up some of this alcohol, go punch something, not Rachel or a kitten. Go cry into a beanbag. Because already Silent Hill, like, as a Silent Hill fan, this series has been dead to me since, like, Silent Hills died, you know? That's a great one to end on. But yeah, this series, one of my most beloved series, ended with this game, you know? And it's been a very rough Monday, because now one of my other favorite games for the last, like, 5+ years, Dead by Daylight, is also turning into complete shit, run by a bunch of greedy, shifty, shady devs. And, yeah, it's been a rough Monday for me. Hence the drinking. On top of playing this, yeah, I just picked one up. Everybody betray me. I'm fed up with this world. Yeah, we're reaching Tommy Wiseau levels of betrayal. Thanks, Nubs. You're my favorite streamer. Bye, doggy.
Feel free to have a look around.
All right. Have a great night, Umbrella. Take it easy. And Alex Dub, get some sleep. Have a great night. Thank you for hanging out, joining me on this wonderful Monday.
You know where I am if you need me.
What the fuck? A room with like 10 pipes just laying on the floor. Did you kill a bunch of nurses, I guess? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. anywhere near you. Checking out this north pathway. Whoa, butcher. Butcher down. There's the exit. Maxi, you said Visage. Oh shit, I missed it. Visage IMO is a good game at its core, but lacks execution and complexity with its original ideas. That's why a lot of the copycat stuff in Visage is a bit of a turnoff for some people, which I'm assuming you didn't like that. No, I definitely didn't like that. Because the 2 chapters that I saw were Dolores and Rakan, and my whole time through Dolores, I was just like, this is Amnesia and PT. And the stuff that is original and unique, I really didn't like. I don't like the distasteful mental illness trope. She has schizophrenia. Sorry, I'm about to spoil shit for Visage for anybody who cares. But the whole, like, she has schizophrenia and hung herself in front of her child. Like, fuck that shit. I hate, and murdered George. I hate that shit. I hate that fucking paint mental illness in a very incorrect sort of light without any sort of tact or tastefulness to it. Like, not only is it old and played out, but it's fucking disgusting and disrespectful to people who actually suffer those mental illnesses and don't fucking stab their caretakers to death and don't fucking hang themselves in front of their children, as most don't. Most of them, it's a lifelong struggle with a goal to just fucking have like a normal life, who are plagued by an actual mental illness, and it's painted in such a negative light by bullshit like that. It's not okay to me. Like, just for cheap fucking scares like that. It is not okay. I hate that shit. Absolutely hate it. And then when the only other thing to look at as far as gameplay goes is like, oh look, it's like Amnesia. Oh look, it's like PT. The game's already lost in my book. Like, at that point, it's already shown me its hand. It's already shown me, hey, this is what we're willing to go for to get a reaction out of you as a player, and it's fucking just, it's cheap and shitty. Like, there's a very clear reason why something like Silent Hill 2, you can speculate all you want on James's mental illness, on Angela's or on Eddie's, what their complexes might be, what their mental illnesses might be. Hell, they don't even tell you Mary's physical illness that was killing her throughout the whole game. And there's a very fucking clear reason for that. Because once you pin it down as something, like, you've got to live with the reality of what that is. It's left vague for a reason, because you can let it be something supernatural. You can let it be something outside of the normal without shaming or putting down or adding to the fucking stigma of people with actual fucking illnesses. You can just let it be a plot point without demeaning a whole fucking group of people. It's one of the things that makes Silent Hill 2 so fucking beautiful for what it is. Because there's so many people who are like, oh, I suffer from depression and I can relate to this. You know, I myself have felt that with Silent Hill 2, with Silent Hill 3, because they're so nondescript about those things while still being realistically human about them. And no other games seem to be willing to do that. or at least have the smarts or creativity or understanding of how to do that, how to tackle those kinds of things. Emmy, thank you for the 100 bits. Have a good night. Thank you so much for the support. Again, I'm drunk and extra fucking pissed off and ranty today, so it's been a very ornery, I'm an ornery, crotchety old man tonight. I'm sorry, but that's kind of been the theme of the stream this time. I don't like it. I don't like being frustrated and angry and ranty for streams, but, you know, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes we gotta talk about this stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully we talked about some stuff. I'm done playing this. I'm done playing this piece of shit. We'll come back to it next Monday. Like I said on Twitter, for anybody who missed it on Twitter or at the beginning part of the stream, I'm talking about things that frustrate me. I'm not going to be doing any more blind playthroughs on my channel. The way that I enjoy games for a first playthrough and the way that people want to interact with me when I stream is just not compatible. And basically I'm left with the choice of severely limiting people who are watching and want to engage with me in chat, or not doing it. And given those two options, I would much rather just not do it anymore than not allow people to chat and interact the way they want. So just to avoid further frustrations and to allow myself to enjoy what I'm doing and what I'm streaming, I'm not going to be doing any more blind playthroughs. I'm not going to be continuing my playthrough of Visage. Instead, for the rest of October, we're just going to get back to playing what we enjoy. I won't be supporting or playing Dead by Daylight anymore, but we'll be doing some Silent Hill stuff. I plan on doing some story playthroughs, talking a little bit about some videos that are out there regarding Team Silent, some new stuff that's come up, hidden alpha version stuff for Silent Hill Homecoming, getting back to some Silent Hill speedruns that I've been wanting to get back into for a while. I'm also probably going to be playing a lot of Back 4 Blood, because I really enjoyed that game a lot during the beta and alpha tests. And that will probably be my game to scratch the multiplayer survival itch, multiplayer horror itch, now that I won't be supporting DBD anymore. So probably going to be doing some Back 4 Blood. Going to be doing plenty of Silent Hill stuff for the rest of this month. And probably some Valheim. Valheim has been my go-to chill out and play stuff game. I've been really enjoying Valheim since the Hearth and Home update. I'm on a private server thing with two friends, with Rachel and one of our mutual friends. And we're honestly not that far in. We've only killed the first 2 bosses. And I still have a lot of plans for things I want to build. We still have a lot of plans for things we want to get to. There's still a lot of things that were added in Hearth and Home that we don't have access to yet. So there's still a lot of progression to make there, and I might just start streaming my Valheim sessions, which are sometimes running around exploring, sometimes just building, sometimes just kind of doing caretaking and upkeep with farming and breeding boars and running around gathering shit, that kind of stuff. But Valheim is one of my chill go-to games. We might do some streams of that. As said, Back 4 Blood and Silent Hill. So expect a lot of that going forward. No more blind playthroughs, no more Visage. I'm sorry for anybody who is enjoying the Visage playthroughs and the blind playthroughs, but it's just too frustrating to have to repeat myself every 10 minutes, you know. This is a first playthrough. Don't spoil, don't give hints, don't give suggestions. Don't try to guess what a solution is, even if you haven't played the game. All that kind of stuff. completely takes me out of just playing and enjoying the game. So I'm just not going to try and do that stuff anymore. It's just not compatible with Twitch. How I enjoy games for a first playthrough just does not mesh with Twitch, and I have to accept that. So, yeah. And of course, Mondays are still going to be Book of Mondays, where we will continue grinding towards the 500th and final zone of Book of Memories, Silent Hill Book of Memories. We're on zone 210. I still have 116 zones to catch up to Rachel. And yeah, we're like not even halfway done. We're not even halfway to 500 yet after all this. So, still plenty of Mondays to go. And a lot of other better Silent Hill things in between. But that's going to be it for me. I really appreciate you all keeping me company, hanging out, putting up with me being drunk and ranting about NFTs and horror games and things like that all night long. I seriously, it means the world to me that I even have the opportunity to be here and do this and have anybody enjoy their time here and listen to me. The fact that I've just recently celebrated 10 years of streaming on Twitch shows how long I've kind of been at this and doing this kind of thing. So the fact that I can still be here and still be doing this, and that we're still growing, this community is still growing, and so many people are here still supporting, means the absolute world to me, including you, Capitan Blood, with your 50-month sub, 10 years. Blood, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. As said, I still remember the first time you were here in my chat, and I was very excited to see you here, because once I started seeing that crossover from Three Dogs community, which I was so fond of for so many years, and being like, hey, I recognize you. You're always in Three Dogs channel. You're always on Outer Heaven Network. I was very honored to have people who were Three Dog regulars start becoming some of my regulars as well. So, Blad, thank you so much for all the love and support. Thank you all for all the love and support tonight. Seriously, it means the absolute world to me. It means everything to me. On that note, let's go raid somebody. Let's go raid somebody who's playing something better than Book of Memories. Wow. Oh, you know what? Please tell me you're still going. Yeah. Hirimi is playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We're going to go raid Hirimi. Hirimi has been my best friend for the last 18 years. And is about to poop his pants.